Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Gcor. Today, as you can see, is the GT7 series once again, round 4 of the GT7 series. And yeah, we're here at Watkins Glen. This is, yeah, Watkins Glen's definitely a nice track. Let's see, I've got a comment, sorry. Yeah, that's very true. Although it is also the Easter weekend, so some drivers they're on like break and stuff, like on holiday and that, which is why we've got 5. But yeah, no, most definitely the numbers have kind of declined a little bit, but hopefully with the streaming we can try and get numbers back up to where they belong, you know. Anyways, this is qualifying here at Watkins Glen. We can see Astra's on a lap. Right now he's got provisional pole. He's on the soft tyres, but he's a few tenths down on his best lap. And I don't think he's going to be able to beat that, in all honesty. And yeah, he heads to the pits. Gonna go and get a fresh set of soft tyres. Joke, the man in the GT7 Porsche. The Finnish man, aiming to steal that pole position from Astra. He's on his out lap right now, about to start his proper lap. And I think this will be his final lap as well, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely last, if not penultimate. He starts his lap, driver H in the pits. Barley crosses the line, doesn't improve on his lap time. Gold will rejoin Joke in a minute, but Gold right now loses the rear end and is into the wall. He's into the wall. Yeah, and straight into the pits he goes. Repairs his car. He's going to have a full tank of fuel once again, which is going to lose him some more time. But yeah, Gold right into the wall. The man who won the first race of the season. We have Joke, purple, through the first sector. 1/10 up. You know what, let's go on board with him. This car, man, jeez, gonna make me emotional. Last season, it was actually this time last season, I was on a really good streak actually at the start of the season. I won the first 3 out of 4 races, and the one that I hadn't won was because I wasn't there at Japan. So yeah, no, most definitely this car does bring a lot of memories. Towards the end of the season, it wasn't as good, however. The car, I just couldn't feel the setup, get the setup right, and obviously the grid got even more competitive. As we see Joke, once again, another purple. Where does he brake? Just before the 100 mark. Misses the apex, takes as much track as possible. I think he could have taken a little bit more curb. I guess he's being careful of track limits. 3 corners to go round here at Watkins Glen. This might just be the lap of the weekend. He's up once again. Still 2 corners to navigate, 1 sector to navigate. Can Joke steal the party? Is he within the curb? It's gonna be close. I think he's gonna have his lap time. I think he's gonna keep his lap time. Run down to the line now, and his pole position by 2/10 for Joke. What a lap that was from the Finnish man. Gold's on an out lap. Astra's on a lap right now as we speak. Fresh softs. What can it do in that Genesis? Astra today, he's sitting in for TDV raw scope, and he goes purple. Astra goes purple. So as we've seen Joke steal pole position, Astra might want to steal it back. Let's stay on board with him. And this middle sector here is very, very, you know, tough. You want to get onto the power, but you know you've got to wait. Astra taking as much cover as possible. Final lap. So this is going to have to be his lap. He's going to be the first car to cross the line. Let's see what he can do. Purple once again. Purple once again. Joke's on a lap as well. He's doing a double run. And he might need a double run, you know. The way Astra's moving, Astra currently will be the man sitting in pole position. for the main race, and obviously we'll be starting last for the sprint race. But with a grid of 5 people, don't count Astra out. He could do a weekend sweep, but we're far away from that. First he's got to get pole. He goes faster, but it's the personal best only, not a fastest of anyone. One more corner to go. Can Astra do it? Can Astra steal the show? Can Astra get pole position? It's going to be close. Run down to the line. It's going to be a 1:45.5, and he just misses out. It was the last 2 sectors. The last 2 sectors is what got him. Joke can't improve either. Joke doesn't improve, but it looks like he's done enough. Barley's not on the lap. Gold looks slow. Can Gold do something though? It's going to be a 1:46. 1 second off the pace. So it looked like that lap from Joke was good enough. Take a bow. What a session. Joke and Astra fighting each other for that pole position. Joke eventually coming out on top. I thought Astra was going to have him. Halfway through the lap, it looked like Astra was going to have him. But then it was just those final 2 sectors, you know, the last, I'd say 4 or 5 corners. I don't know, maybe the Genesis just didn't have the grip to finish the rest of the lap. Because Astra was ahead. He was ahead by about a 10th, or probably just less than a 10th, because it was so close between the two. Set his, you know, personal fastest lap, but it wasn't good enough. Fair play though, fair play. What a lap. What a lap indeed, man. What a lap. Oh. Formula Bean. Jeez, no practice as well, Joke said. Jeez. Definitely an impressive impressive performance from the Finnish man. But because of that, because of Joke qualifying in pole position, he's actually going to be starting from the back of the grid for the sprint race. As you can see, Barley will be on pole position. No, actually no. It will be Jeff. It will be Jeff. Sorry, Jeff in pole. I think Sushi will be P2. Because it's just reverse grid, really. Everything is just getting set up. I think it's reverse grid. Yeah, no, most definitely it is half of what we had last season, which is a shame. But we'll come back up. We'll come back up with the numbers. But yeah, nah, phenomenal lap from Joke to steal the show, to steal pole position. Crazy. I thought Astra was gonna have him. Honestly, I thought Astra was gonna have him. Halfway through the lap, he was up. He was up by about just under a 10th up. And then that third sector, I saw him. You know, he managed to do a personal best, but obviously it wasn't good enough. And eventually, it was the Finnish man in the GN7 Porsche coming out on top. Talking about GN7 Porsche, we have another GN7 Porsche here in Jeff. He's arrived, and it looks like we might be having a grid of 8 drivers, which is, you know, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, the Genesis is a big car. It is a chunky car, but it comes with the horsepower as well. You know, it comes with the horsepower. But no, that was definitely a phenomenal effort from Astra. We'll see what he can do in the race though. In both races, I think it's a sprint race this weekend. I need to check that again with my phone. Yeah, it is. It is a sprint race. Yeah. Nah, it's going to be good whenever we do get started. Drivers right now just taking a little break, because obviously, I mean, a qualifying like that, jeez, super intense. Stay. Poor guy. Just waiting for the grid to be completed, then we'll be getting into the main race. But yeah, no, guys, tell me who do you think's gonna get the race win? I'm gonna put my money on Jeff. Not Jeff, sorry. Joke has looked really fast. Jeff hasn't practiced, but Joke looks very fast. You know, in terms of the GN7 boys. In terms of the Genesis, you can never rule out Driver H. Never rule out Driver H. And that run that he went on towards the end of last season was honestly phenomenal. Going toe to toe with Lightning, the man who at one stage we thought was unbeatable, was crazy. So never count out Driver H. Astra, as we saw, put in a phenomenal performance in the second Genesis car, and I think he's also reserve driver for Genesis. Yes, yes, he's reserve driver also for the Genesis. So, you know, I'm thinking Astra could pull a surprise here. Astra could pull a surprise. In terms of the BMW boys, Gold. Obviously, he won race one. So he definitely, this season's kind of adapted even more to his surroundings. As we get another imposter. But yeah, no, honestly, it's open. It's open for anyone, and that's the beautiful thing about the reverse sprint race. You see, the guys who maybe, watch their qualifying, or maybe they don't have as much one lap pace, all of a sudden now they have a chance to kind of twist that on their head, as long as they can get a good start, which is something I've struggled for forever, and I still do, to be fair, in the F1 series and obviously here last season. Oh, and as we're about to get underway. But yeah, as long as you can get a good start, it's open for anyone, to be honest. It's open for anyone. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna put my money on I'm gonna put my money on Driver H. I'm gonna put my money on Driver H. There's the grid. We're about to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. 5 lights are up, and it's lights out, and away we go here at Watkins Glen for the sprint race. Barley has managed to get a really good start. He's managed to get a very good start. Sushi Pasta manages to jump Jeff too. That GN7 still having dead starts. Even now, Driver H into P3. Jeff is fading. Jeff's fading away. Astra's ahead of him. Gold P6. Joke P7. Sushi though, coming out of the first complex of corners, is the leader. There's Driver H, the man I predicted to win this race. All over Barley, look at him. Where's he gonna go? Barley's gonna try and send it. No. Further back. Jeff gets hit. Jeff gets hit by Gold. Is that Gold? No, I think it was Astra that hit him. Sushi Pasta though, really good start from the finish man. Driver H into P2. Jeff has a 1 second penalty, although that was so unfortunate because it wasn't even his fault. Who's that? Joke going side to side with Barley. Joke's gonna try to go around the outside. No. Gold behind. Gold's trying to take that P5 away for him. Jeff's though, he's gonna serve his 1 second penalty, and the man who started in P1 has faded all the way to the back of the grid with only Astra behind him. Up at the top though, ooh, whoops, that's a bad camera angle. Up at the top, Driver H going around the outside of Sushi Pasta, and he's made a stick. Driver H has made a stick, but Sushi's gonna get him with the under and over, the inside out, and he's got him. Driver H though, he's gonna fight back, going to the final corner. He's gonna have to go around the outside. Can he make the move stick? And Driver H can. What a move from the Brit. Sushi Pasta though, gonna try and get a slipstream. Everyone's switching positions, everyone's trading positions. Joke round the outside of Gold. Side by side they go. Brilliant racing. Barley's just there, watching. That's a beautiful car, by the way, the Mercedes. I must say, it's a very, very beautiful car. Look at that though, everyone's got the slipstream. Up at the top, Sushi and Driver really going at it. Sushi though is going to be getting a track limits penalty for that. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. Gold's been given a second penalty. Let's wait for Sushi. He's been given half a second penalty, and Joke might be the next driver to get a penalty. They're super strict here at Watkins Glen in terms of track limits, and yes, Joke gets a penalty as well. So whilst all these penalties are going on, it's helping Driver H. Sushi Pasta and Gold side by side, they touch. They go door to door. And the man who's going to benefit from all these penalties is going to be Joke. Not Joke, sorry, Barley. And obviously Driver H. Driver H managed to build himself a decent gap. Barley down the inside, look at that, we've got 6 cars going through one corner. This is sensational. This is what Gcor GT is all about. Sushi, down the inside of Astra. Manages to stay ahead of him. Joke touches the wall. Joke nearly hits. Joke. Teammates with the Jeff, the 2 GN7 boys. This time last season it was me and Genius. Now, a season later we've got Jeff and Joke in those same seats. Brilliant camera angle by the way to see all the cars zooming through the final corner. Driver H just increasing his gap. He sets a new fastest lap. Barley second, Jeff third, Joke fourth, Gold fifth. He's gonna go down the inside. Can he get the move done? Yes, he makes it stick. Brilliant move from Gold, but Joke's not done there. Down the inside, he's got the inside line. Through turn 2, he's got the horsepower of the Mercedes engine. Side by side they go, they touch. Brilliant racing. And there we've got a third wheel, a third partier. Look at that, Astro, no way. This is brilliant stuff, man. This is what Gcor is all about. Awesome racing. Hopefully we can get a main race as good as this. This is what it's all about. Driver H just increasing his gap as the laps go. Jeff, he wants his podium. Joke down the, he's gonna defend. Gold down the inside. Side by side they go. Gold into P2. Oh no! Oh no! Barley! Ah, the stewards are definitely gonna be investigating that one. The stewards are going to be investigating that one. That is such a shame for the man from Czech Republic. The man aiming to emulate Dino Bambino and becoming a Gcor race winner and a Gcor champion. Okay, in a different discipline of Gcor. But this is not going to help him. I don't see Barley coming back into this race. Oh, what a shame, man. What a shame. I hate seeing that happen. Driver H, 3.3 seconds, 3.2 seconds, 3 seconds is the gap between himself and Gold. Gold's really beginning to mash work now. He's really beginning to close in on the gap. Joke P3, Astra P4 with Jeff P5. Down the inside he goes. Good move from the Brit. Let's see what tyres everyone's on. Astra mediums, Jeff mediums, Joke mediums, Gold softs, Driver mediums, and Barley also mediums and with front damage too. It's not mandatory to pit stop, but actually let's see the tire condition of the drivers too. Driver H in clean air is just, you know, saving his tires. That gap between himself and Gold is closing at a rapid rate of knots. 2.5. This time last lap it was about 3.5 seconds. Now it's 2.5. Gold is really reeling him in. But will the Gold have enough tires to fight Driver H come the end of the race? Not even the end of the race. Come 2-3 laps later. Joke. Again, the medium tire runners, they're able to kind of conserve their tires. Driver H doing the best conservation of anyone, obviously in clean air. Jeff serving another track limits penalty. It seems like that GN7 Mercedes got decent tire management. But yeah, Barley, man, I do feel bad for Barley. The race now has kind of calmed down a little bit. Gold, he's the driver, really setting the timing sheets alight with another fastest middle sector. Joke goes slightly wide, expect a half a second penalty coming his way for track limits there. Gold, 45.5. Gap is now 1.4. This is all good. This is all good. Gold closing the gap to driver H. But will Gold have enough tires towards, you know, when he needs it, in order to go to not only overtake driver H, but to stay ahead as well? It was definitely a big gamble for the guys at the M6 to go on the soft tires. Right now, yeah, sure, right now Gold looks like the favorite to win this Grand Prix. Again, setting another purple. But it's, you know, in 2-3 laps. Will he still have the tire life? We'll have to see, really. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, it's good to see TG Rawscope as well. TG Rawscope watching. It's a shame that he's not here with us on the grid, but he's there still at the back of the garage, the Genesis garage, cheering his team and cheering this man on for yet another race victory. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. Let's not forget, this is a sprint race. We still have the main race to come. 0.5 is the gap between driver H and Gold. Gold will get driver H. It's a matter of whether he can stay ahead of driver H or not. Further back we have Sushi Pasta and Jeff fighting it out. Let's not forget, this time last season Jeff was under Sushi Pasta's ownership. But here we are. This is the battle that we've been waiting to see. It's been brewing over the last few laps. Driver H knows what to do. He's an experienced driver. He nearly won the championship last season. Let's not forget. Weaving in order to break the slipstream. He's allowed to weave to break the slipstream. What he isn't allowed to do is weave when the car is too close behind him, because that obviously will be blocking. Let's see what he can do though. Gold. You can see the grip from the M6. To be fair, I'm surprised he's still got that much grip. Gold, left, right, left, right. What's he gonna do? Driver H is committed to the inside. It's gonna be close. Gold sends it, and he makes the move stick. What an overtake from the Norwegian. As I said though, this was expected. What isn't to be expected though is Gold to keep that P1. Let's see what driver H can do. All driver H has to do now is just stay sensible. Stay sensible. Still a long race to go. Obviously, unlike the F1 series, and this may sound a little bit obvious, but there is no DRS. There have been rumors for there to be a potential overtake mode for next season, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if those rumors are true, if they're fiction only. Talking about fiction anyways, driver H is not going to give up. Down the inside is going to go, and he makes the move stick. Good move from driver H. Brilliant racing from both driver H and Gold. But whilst these two are fighting, look at the gap. Joke is beginning to chip away at the gap, slowly but surely. The gap when I looked at it was 3.3 seconds, I think. Now 2.6. With these two top boys fighting it out, it's just going to bring Joke into the equation. Gold's got a really good exit. He's got a really good run. As you can see, his tyres are nearly done though. He's going to try to go around the outside. Driver H gives him room. This is brilliant racing. Is he going to try and go around the outside? He's going to try and do the undercut. He's going to try and do the undercut. Will it pay off though? Side by side, driver H and Gold go. Gold's managed to sneak ahead, only momentarily though. Driver H is there. Oh, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from the two. Look at this. I think Gold's going to outbrake him again, just like he did last lap. And yes, I don't know what it is, but in the BMW you can just get on the brakes a little bit later than in the Genesis. Joke is doing a brilliant job. 4 laps to go though. I don't know if he can hold on to this lead, because look at his tires. His tires are short. His tires are almost done. Compare them to driver H. Driver H has still got fresh tires. He's got a brilliant run. That's what the fresh tires do to you. No, he can't get the move done there. He's going to be patient though. As I said though, as I keep on reinstating, Joke, he's like a shark, a hungry shark who can smell blood. Gaining, gaining, gaining. Every lap, as the laps go by. Don't count Joke out. Do not count Joke out. Driver H is going to try to go down the inside. He's seen a little gap arise and he's sent it. Has it worked? Gold's still there. This is awesome. Brilliant fighting from the two. Gold though, can he keep his position? Bear in mind, Gold's tyres are nearly gone. This was a huge risk from the guys of the M6 team, the guys of the Sauber team, to go onto the softs. Right now, it looks like it's paying dividends. But for how long? Because now we officially have a free car fight for the race win. Brilliant stuff. Down into turn 1, all the drivers clip the apex. Gold using as much of the track as possible. You can begin to see him struggling now, coming out of the corners now. Gold's really beginning to struggle with the tyres. Joke, as I said, like a shark who can smell blood in the water. He can see the two cars ahead. There, Joke. And man, I missed this cockpit, can I just say. Fastest first sector of anyone. Clips both apexes. Now, what's going to make or break the drivers' race is going to be track limits, and it's going to be Gold's tyre wear. I think that's what's going to make or break. Can Gold keep on hanging in there? He's doing a brilliant job right now. But can he continue doing this? I'm not sure. A little bit of team radio between Jeff and Barley. Oh, Joke! Not Joke, sorry, Gold had a massive moment, and it's just those tyres dying on him. It's just those tyres dying on him. Big moment, huge tank slapper from Gold. Gold's gonna try and fight back, and Joke goes slightly wide. I don't think he'll be penalised. I think it'll be very harsh to penalise Joke for he's been penalised. Half a second penalty. Half a second penalty, that's going to be big. That's going to be big. The stewards are having no sympathy today. Half a second penalty. Joke is still going to fight Gold. And whilst this is all happening, once again, this is helping Driver H. Gold, he's got the slipstream. He's going to try and send it down the inside, surely. Joke's going to send it. He's going to send it. He's going to send it. No! He's going to go around the outside for some reason. He's going to stay sensible though. And he gets the move done. But bear in mind, he's got a half a second penalty. So he'll probably be, well, most definitely be conceding that P2 once again. Whilst this is all happening, Driver H once again for the second time this race gets the opportunity to increase his gap over the cars fighting in behind. Driver H now, he just has to concentrate. He just has to concentrate. Gold is not going to give up. And fair play to him. Look at his front right. That front right is going to explode anytime now. But Gold's done a brilliant job. You know what? If I had to pick any driver to finish second right now, it'd have to be Astal, the man who qualified P2 and will start P2. Barley is pitted. I think he's going to be going for the fastest lap. You know, he'll be going for putting on the soft tires most definitely. I'll be surprised if he puts on anything other than the soft tire for the fastest lap. I mean, it's a shame what happened to him so early on in the race. Joke, he's gonna be relegated even further down to P4, and he's going wide too. That's not going to help his cause. Will Astal get him? Yes, as predicted. And he's been given another penalty. Joke's been given another penalty. I think it's safe to say any chance of a race win for Joke have just fallen down the drain. They've just fallen down the drain. Barley, yeah, has put on a fresh set of soft tires, so expect him to set the fastest lap. Gold has done a brilliant job today. If I had to pick driver of the day, it'd probably be between Gold and Joke. No, not Joke, sorry. Gold and Driver H, sorry. And Driver H has driven phenomenally. But Gold on those soft tires, especially if you can make, you know, that no stop on the softs work. As I said, pit stops are not mandatory in the sprint race. Joke is going to try to go around the outside of Astra, the man that he was fighting for pole position in the qualifying session. He's gonna try and fight him. Astra, sorry, he knows not to fight Joke too hard because he's got a half a second penalty down, not this straight, but the back straight. Joke's not gonna give up though. He's still gonna fight him. Astra likewise. The worst thing Astra could do now though is make contact with Joke and ruin his own race. You know, these are very good points for not only himself but for Genesis. A 1-3 would be amazing, even a 1-4 if worst comes to the worst. I mean, let's be real, under any normal circumstance Astra will not be losing that P4 position to Sushi, although I must say Astra's front left tire is not looking good. I think it's managed to grain a lot, and the tire wear is very, very high on the Genesis, at least on Astro's car. The driver H tires looking in a little bit better condition. Gold though, he's gonna have one more lap. He's got one more lap and 3 corners to navigate with that front left. I don't know if he can do it, you know. As I said, Astra is favourite for the P2, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see if Gold can bring it across the line. Driver H now has to just do what he did for, you know, more than half of last season. That's just to concentrate and bring it back home. Gold on the other hand, easier said than done. He's got to bring it back home too, but I don't know if he can do it. Astra hits the wall. Astra hits the wall. Joke is all over him. A mistake. Driver error from the American. And Joke manages to take P3. That's going to be big. All of a sudden, I'd say Joke is favourite for P2. Gold is going wide. He can see Gold is struggling. That gap is closing. 8 tenths, 7 tenths, soon to be 6 tenths. There, 6 tenths. Gold is struggling. He's got no front left. He's got no front left. He's going to be racing on 3 wheels very soon. He's going to be doing a Hamilton 2020 at Silverstone. Only difference is Gold has pretty much a whole lap to navigate, as Hamilton only had half a lap. Gold, I don't yet there. Gold concedes P2 to Joke, understandably, and Astro's going to want to get past him very, very swiftly. Gold is definitely going to try and fight his hardest though. Joke into P2. The man who, I mean, it was looking very glim. You know, very, 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 very black a couple laps ago. Now is looking much better. That P2 looks pretty much certain. Gold, he can't do much. He goes slightly wide. He goes slightly wide. And Astro's going to really have to watch out when trying to make the move on Gold. As I said, you don't want to take yourself out in the process. Fighting for that P3. The P3 would be huge. I mean, a podium for Astra would be very, very good. Very, very good. Gold goes wide, and Astra takes it. He takes advantage. P3. Gold's going to send it. He's going to send it. Gold sent it. They've touched. They've touched. Gold's not going to give up there. And Gold's going to have the inside line. Astra knows he has to cover it. But Gold has to back off. And that should be it. That should be it, because Driver H is going to win the sprint race here at Watkins Glen. Joke, with half a second penalty, takes P2. It looks like we're going to have a photo finish. What's going on? Oh no! Astra! Astra's run out of fuel! Astra's run out of fuel! And Gold takes P3. Can you imagine? Astra ran out of fuel on the line. On the line. This reminds me of Coward in the F1 series at Qatar, running out of fuel on the line. And Gold finishes P3. Sushi will take the P5. Jeff takes P6. He'll probably be under investigation over the incident with Barley, although with a 50-second time gap to Barley. P6, he'll probably say P6. Barley now going for the fastest lap. I don't think he'll be able to take it, to be fair. I mean, fair play to Gold on a full tank of fuel on the soft tires, getting that fastest lap. Barley said a 46.8 last time out. I don't think he's going to be beating that, especially with the tires worn as they are. He's giving it everything though. Drag race to the line. No fastest lap for Barley. But wow. Jeez. Oh my days, what happened to my voice there? Ay. What a race, man. What a race. Oh my days, what a race. What a race. Take a bow. That's not even the main race. Ay. That's the sprint race only. Take a bow, boys. Take a bow. Racism. Oh man. Oh my days. Man. Oh, I don't really know what to say after that, to be honest. I mean, what a race. See what the comments are saying. Thoughts on that? What thoughts on the incident? I mean, Jeff, you're my guy. I'm not gonna lie, and you're driving the car in my seat, but it did look like you were at fault, to be honest. It seemed like it was one of those things. I mean, obviously I'd have to go and watch it again. the incident between yourself and Barley, but yeah, it did look like you were at fault, buddy. One of those things though, especially when there's a lot of cars near you, it just happens. It happens so quickly. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, don't beat yourself up for that, Jeff. But there's always the main race, right? I mean, that's where most of the points are given out. That's where most of the points are given out. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think Gold is pushing too much. I've raced Gold many times, and we've been in too many incidents. Way too many incidents. More than 10 probably. And that's the F1 series, the GT series, and even the endurance series. But I think he drove well. I think towards the end he was definitely a little bit argy-bargy with Astra. Definitely a little bit argy-bargy. But yeah, again, honestly, replays is the best thing. He pushed. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back and watch the replay, to be honest. I mean, I've got a memory of a goldfish. Did I see him push him off? I probably did. I just don't remember, to be honest. So as I said, I'll probably go back in the stream. We can save the race as well. Let me save the race, actually. Let me save the race. Save replay. So yeah, we can always rewatch it, and any decisions will be taken. Like, you know what to do. Take it to the incident reports, and then stewards will have their verdict. By the sounds of things, Gold's P3 might be under a bit of threat. Sushi's left the room, which is a shame. I don't know why. Any more comments? No, that's it right now. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you're streaming as well, Jeff, that's good. Then we can see your POV as well. Oh, Sushi lagged out. He'll be able to rejoin. He'll be able to rejoin. I need to get myself a drink real quick. Bro, I can't even speak. Yo, let me get myself a drink. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm back. What have I missed? Yeah, that is true. Flip, I think Blabs is genius, you know. I just clocked. Oh yeah, Raw Scope's good to see him there. What have I missed? Mbappe is in the paddock today. I mean, I knew Gcor was big, but I didn't expect Kylian Mbappe to be in the paddock. I'd expect him on the training ground, especially after that poor performance on what was it, on Wednesday against Arsenal. But I guess he's here, de-stressing. Yeah, it is genius. Oi, oi! Big ups genius, by the way. Big ups genius. At the back of the GN7 garage, in the motorhome. Yeah, I go for 1 second and Mbappe is in the paddock. Crazy. The time has come. No sushi this time. Okay, so the grid is Jeff, Barley, Driver, Gold, Astra, Joke. Here we are, 5 lights up. And it's lights out and away we go. Somebody jumped the start at the back of the grid. I'm not sure who that was. Barley gets a really good start. Jeff P2. No, Driver H, sorry, P2. Astra, P3. Everyone's leaving. What's going on? Oh, false start. False start. False start. Never mind. False start. Wasted my breath there. You know what? Let me get my phone real quick. Hopefully it's got battery. I can see the standings. Okay, let's see the standings then. I've got my phone out. It's gonna be a good race though. It looked like my prediction of Driver H winning came to fruition, so once again proves never doubt Gcor 75 because he knows everything. In terms of the standings, obviously this is before what happened in the sprint race. As my phone is loading, the standings are loading. So before the sprint race, Joke was leading, 45 points. Driver H on 42. Gold, third, with 23 points. Then TGV Rawscope, 21. Shiduki in fifth with 19 points, on the same amount of points as Monaco. Sivu was seventh, is seventh in the standings with 15 points. Barley is 8th with 12. Crazy Kai with 6 points with Astra with 5. Sushi Pasta in 11th with 4 points. Obviously this is before the sprint. C-Mac in 12th, then Jeff, then Gasping, and then everyone else is on no points. Gold won race 1, Joke won race 2, and Sivu won race 3. So, you know, Driver H hasn't. Oh, whoops! Driver H actually hasn't won a race yet. See if he can change that. Obviously, he's won the sprint race now. But yeah, we'll have to see. Flip. And it's lights out and away we go here at Watkins Glen for the main race. Astra gets a really good start. I think that Porsche just can't get off the line at all. Driver HP2, Barley P3, Joke P4, and all of a sudden you've got the two GN7 Porsches in last and second from last, just like we had last season, just like we had the season before. Whatever the Porsche is doing, they just can't get off the line. Astra is being followed by Driver H, Barley P3, then you have the two GN7 boys with gold at the back. A more calmer start, a more relaxed start than we had in the sprint race. In terms of tyres, oh, before I get to the tyres though, Barley getting threatened by Joke. Joke is going to try and squeeze it down the inside. The inside is now going to become the outside for this corner. Barley's going to have the inside. Barley's going to try and send it on Driver. No, he can't get the move done, but side by side they go. Astra goes slightly wide. Barley into P2 momentarily. Can he keep it around the outside? And the answer is no, he can't. Brilliant racing though. He's going to try and do the undercut, the up and over. He's going to have the inside line for this corner. He touches Joke. He touches Joke. Stay sensible now, boys. They do just that. Sensible. Through that corner. Driver runs slightly wide. I think he managed to keep two tyres on the track though, so he won't be getting a track limits penalty. Talking about track limits penalty, Astra's just been given a track limits penalty. That's driver error, that one there, with you know, unenforced error. On his own, Barley takes P2. Driver's gonna try and squeeze it. Joke and Barley touch. Joke's gonna try to go around the outside of the Brit. Can he make the move stick? It's a drag race now down to turn 1. The Porsche hasn't got the best straight line speed, but it's got very good acceleration. Into turn 1 we go. Driver H's got the inside line, the two touch. And Driver H gets the move done. Don't be surprised to see Joke on team radio saying something about that, and he's been given a half a second penalty. So he's been hit with a double whammy. Jeff too, both GN7 cars being given penalties. Brilliant racing though, I must say. In terms of tyres, everyone is on the mediums. Nobody has damage, and 3 drivers have penalties yet to serve. This is interesting though, because Astra is going to be brought right back into this race. I mean, that gap of 2.2 seconds is going to eradicate. It is going to eradicate. I think he'll keep his lead, but it's definitely going to be very, very close between himself and Barley. He's going to serve his penalty now. Watch that gap close. Joke sets fastest middle sector, although he won't be getting fastest lap because obviously the penalty. And there we have it. Astra's lead has been cut down. I thought it would have been smaller, to be honest. I thought it would have been smaller. Driver H though, being smart. Driver H, let's not forget, he's one of the more experienced drivers in this grid, in this Gcor grid. You know, he's been here for a while now. And yeah, as I said, last season I think most improved driver of Gcor, you know, on the grid. Further back, Jeff. Race is just falling to pieces. Only driver, well, actually, yeah, nah, never mind. I was gonna say only driving the 48s. Joke and driver were both in the 48s also last lap, and race leader Astra. Maybe Jeff made a mistake that we didn't see. I'm not sure. But anyways, driver H is gonna try and move on Barley. No, it's not gonna work. And Astra is beginning to open up the gap again. Beginning to reopen up the gap. I don't know, man. We might see something similar to last season in terms of, you know, the pack starts off very, very close at the start of the season, and then it just opens up towards the end of the season. I'm not sure. It's very close right now. Hopefully we can keep this going for the whole season. Astra is increasing his lead. The gap's now 2.4 between first and second. Driver H is going to have a peak. He's going to send it. No. Backs out in the last minute. Joke, however, he's having a sniff of P3. No. Can't get the move done. I mean, the way things are looking, Astro's, if he can continue, you know, setting these type of lap times, having this type of pace, you know, is he going to set fastest lap? Yes, he does. A 46.9, only man into the 46s. If he can continue, wait, Driver H is going to send it. No, once again, he's cautious. As I said, it's that experience from Driver H. However, he's going to get caught on the back foot. He's going to get caught lacking. Joke's going to get him. Joke's going to get him. Side by side they go. Joke and Driver H. This is Joke's POV. Driver H is just going to have him. Just going to stay ahead. And Driver H is going to use that slipstream to send it down the inside of Barley. Is he going to do it? He's going to send it. And he makes it stick. Brilliant move from Driver H into P2. Obviously, he's fighting Joke for this championship. So this would be very good points. Joke, however, he knows that he has to get past Barley. Everyone knows it's still early days in the season, but preferably you want to start getting, you know, maximum points now, because as we saw last season, other teams may improve and develop at a faster rate, as we saw with the Sauber boys of Lightning and Driver H last season. Joke, he's gonna try and go for it. Can he get the move done? Side by side. No. Yes, actually, never mind what I said, but it's still close. He's still there though. Barley's still there. Brilliant racing from the two. Oh, Barley squeezed him, but concedes the position, and I like that. I like seeing that, you know, good sportsmanship from Barley, you know, brilliant racing. Just, you know, squeezed out Joke a little bit and conceded the position. Maybe the brakes, putting on the brakes was a little bit unnecessary, because now he's fallen into the clutches of Gold, but nevertheless he retains P4. Misses the apex though. He does miss the first apex, and Gold is going to be all over him now. I think Barley may be regretting being a good sportsman right now at this point. Once again, side by side, and Watkins Glen has delivered some brilliant racing this weekend throughout the sprint race, and obviously now in the main feature race. Is Gold going to send it? They touch. Barley's been given a penalty, but I think this is what Jeff was saying. Gold is very aggressive, and tell me. You know, I don't need to be told. Gold, I know, is an aggressive man. I think he's managed to get his whole racing reputation as being an aggressive man. But he can also be a clean one from time to time. That move though would have been, it was a risky move, but we've seen Gold attempt that move multiple times this weekend. This time not working. It's worked a few times against Driver H, but this time against Barley not working out. Gap at the front, 3.4 seconds. Astra knows what he has to do. Driver H has gone wide. And Joke, he's going to try and capitalize on that. No. He can't. Not yet, at least. Manages just to keep two wheels on the track. He's going to get the slipstream though, going down to turn 1. Sets a personal best. 6/10 faster than Driver H that time round, and is going to try and send it down the inside. Once again, it feels like we're seeing every lap, we're seeing two drivers go side by side through this complex of corners, and Joke manages to squeeze himself into P2. Driver H though is going to get the slipstream. Expect Driver H to be somewhere inside the inside. No, Driver H is smart, as I said before. Driver H is one of the most experienced drivers on this Gcor grid. He knows when to fight guys. He knows when to back off. He has a look. He's tempted. It's a shame though. Jeff, he's kind of coming back into this race. 3.4 to gold. Everyone getting penalties though. Gold, Jeff. Up at the top, Joke has managed to get driver H. I missed that. Sorry, I missed that. Oh, driver H thought about it. He thought about it. Driver H is not going to give up there though. Joke goes slightly wide, and driver H nearly loses the rear end. Both of the championship competitors making unenforced errors. Both of them, Joke going slightly wide and driver losing the rear end. Whilst this is all happening, Astra is beginning to open up his legs. He's beginning to build that gap. Gap between first and second now, 4 seconds. And this is exactly what he would have dreamed of. A potential maiden race victory round his home track in America. A long way to go though. Long way to go before we can start talking about race winners and talk about you know, potential championship challengers. Drivers close the gap a little bit. 7/10 is the gap now. 6/10 is the gap now. Let's check tyres now. This is a good time to check tyres actually. So Astra, front left, he's used a little bit more. Keep an eye on that front left tyre. That's the tyre that gets the beating. You know, obviously it's a clockwise circuit, so the left tyre is going to be taking the beating. You know, it is going to be taking the beating. Driver H, his tyres are in better condition than Jolk's, as he sets a fastest middle sector there. Barley though, Barley's tyres are finished. I don't know, maybe it's the Mercedes tire conservation. Gold has damage, we missed that. Maybe that was, I think that was because of the incident with Barley actually, when Gold tried to send it down the inside, you know. I think he got damaged there, so yeah, I don't think we missed it. Oh, driver H goes wide. Driver H goes wide. Expect a penalty coming his way. Half a second. Half second pen. 1 second pen. The stewards are feeling harsh today. The stewards are feeling harsh today. And bear in mind, he was on a flying lap as well. The gap is reopened and he has to take on a second pen, and he may be taking on a further 0.5 seconds. Was he outside of the track perimeters into turn 1? It was definitely very close. No, I don't think so. Otherwise the penalty would have been given. So it stays as a 1 second pen. Again goes purple. Driver H has the pace, man. He has the pace. But these penalties are not helping him. These penalties are definitely not helping him. .3 Joke is beginning to. The gap is kind of stayed kind of the same, to be honest. In terms of fuel, we can see the GT7 boys have a decent amount of fuel, and to be fair, that car was always decent at fuel saving, in all honesty. As driver H takes his penalty, Barley takes his as well, and Gold. Everyone's getting penalties today. Oh, even Jeff, man, shame. If Jeff didn't have to take that penalty, I think he would have been back in this, to be honest. I really think he could have. Anyways, yeah, the grid is kind of opened up a little bit. Joke, there's no need for that, man. There's no need for that. It's half a second pen coming his way, maybe even a 1 second pen, as we saw with driver H. No, of half a second pen. So how come Joke only has to take half a second and driver 1 second? I'm not sure. Stewards a little bit, I don't know, you know. I mean, yeah, a bit odd there. But yeah, that gap was closing. It's going to reopen now. Astra, he's just, honestly, he's been so smart. Just literally controlling the race. He's had no issues. He stayed out of trouble. 9 laps to go of the Grand Prix. Halfway stage now. Joke sets a New fastest first sector of anyone. Taking the double chicane with, I was gonna say taking it with caution, but clearly not. Adds a further half a second penalty to his name. And today the race victory and the podium may be decided via penalties, you know, and we never want to see race wins and you know, podiums being decided off penalties, but it's looking like the way right now. I mean, Joke has the pace. Don't get me wrong, Astra may just be fuel saving. I mean, it doesn't look like it's fuel saving. Looking at his fuel, and even tires, it doesn't look like it's tire saving. So maybe Joke and Driver H are just faster than Astra, but because obviously Astra has had the clean air to set his own laps, because Astra has had hasn't been involved in so much battling, losing him time, and also, you know, credit to Astra, he's not been taking track limits infringements, track limits penalties, as Jolt goes very wide again. Whether he kept 2 wheels on the track is yet to be seen. No, he didn't. He didn't. So it takes another penalty. Jolt is killing his own race. This is suicidal. This is suicidal. Jolt is killing his own race here. Penalty after penalty. Barley is the first man in. What tyre is he going to go on? He's going to add some fuel as well. He's going to add some fuel. Is it going to be the mediums or is it going to be the hards? Potentially even the softs, to be fair. As we saw Gold in the main race, in the sprint race, sorry. The softs can do a decent amount. They can go quite far. Is it the softs? No, it's another set of mediums. Jeff, 1 second pan. I don't know, maybe it's just that GN7 car being a tricky car to drive. That's why both GN7 boys keep on getting penalties, because it feels like every time I look at the GN7 boys, they've got some sort of penalty, whether it be a half a second, a 1 second, maybe even a 1.5 second pen. This is helping Astra a lot. I think Barley and Gold I think Gold's apologizing for the contact he made before. Joke taking that penalty concedes P2. Joke needs to yo, my voice. Joke needs to really start thinking about the championship. Because think about it, without all those penalties, he'd be ahead of Driver H, and he'd be ahead of Driver H by about 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds. Who's gonna be the next to blink? I think Driver H is in. Driver H is in. Astra likewise. So Joke is gonna push. Joke knows he has to push now. Fuel is low for Astra and Driver H. Joke, his fuel seems to be in a little bit better condition. I think that's just the characteristic of the GN7 Porsche though. Very, very light on its, very, very forgiving, should I say, in terms of its fuel consumption. Gold goes past, Jeff goes past as well. So, what GN7 could do here, in order to make this a little bit spicy, they could keep Jeff out. They could box Joke. They could box Joke, but keep Jeff out, and just hope that Jeff can do a Fernando Alonso in Hungary 2021. Just hope that Jeff can hold up Astra, which will bring Joke into this Grand Prix. I don't know. I'm just saying what GN7 could do if they're clever. It's a risk, because obviously, if you do that, you're sacrificing Jeff. You know, you're sacrificing him. But if it's for a race win and if it's for Joke's championship, the sacrifice might be worth it. You know, talking about sacrifices, happy Good Friday to everyone around the world and everyone watching. You know, thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for dying for our sins. You know, but yeah, Jeff could be the sacrifice. You know, if GN7 are smart, they box Joke, maybe even, yeah, he's coming in now. Joke's coming in. Jeff could stay out. I know 13 seconds is a big gap, but that gap will close very soon. Oh, but I'm looking at Jeff. I don't think Jeff will have enough tires and enough fuel to be able to to stay out for any much longer, to be honest. I think he's gonna come in. Yeah, he's coming in now. So yeah, forget about everything I've said about Jeff being the sacrifice. Joke is gonna have to do it the hard way. He's gonna have to do it the hard way. 8 seconds, 9 seconds almost between Astra and Driver H. Astra's driven a brilliant race today, I must say. Driven brilliantly, even in qualifying. Joke, however, Joke is taking on less fuel. Ah, man, another half a second penalty, and he's going on the softs. So Joke is going aggressive. Joke is going aggressive. These penalties must come to an end, though. He must stop these, because Joke's penalties is really what's denying us of a potential battle for the ages. Astra and Joke were the two drivers fighting it out for pole position. Now in the main race, Astra and Joke are the two drivers fighting it out for the race win, for the race victory. Joke is, oh, Joke, another penalty, man. 1.5 seconds. I said this race is going to be dictated on penalties. Joke is really pushing. You can see he's fighting that car. Astra goes wide though. What Joke can do, he can apply pressure to Astra. Astra will begin making mistakes, as we saw there, running wide. Astra very, very lucky not to concede a penalty. 1.5 second pen is a big pen. That's a long pen. Very, very long pen. And yep, 2.8, 3.1. He's got soft tires, so it's doable. It is doable. But psychologically, that's not going to help you. When you start seeing that car in front of you kind of run away psychologically, that's really going to that's going to take some blows, most definitely, you know. That's going to take some blows. Soft tires for Joke. Mediums for Astra. Mediums for Driver and Bali. Soft for Jeff and Gold. Bali with now a penalty. 2.5 is the gap. Honestly, Joke just needs to lock in. I know he can do it. I know he can do it, but it's these penalties that are killing him. He's got the pace. He's got the pace. He's just got to let the car do more of the talking. He doesn't have to drive. And I don't know. That car might just be a tricky car to drive. I know towards the end of last season, that GT7 Porsche was honestly becoming hell for myself and Genius. Honestly, we couldn't drive the thing. Whether it's improved now, you'd have to ask the men behind the wheel. By the looks of things, no, another penalty, another penalty. Bro, there are more penalties here than in the United Lyon game yesterday. Crazy. And this is hurting Joke's chances for a win, because he's gonna fall back further behind Astra. He's gonna have to spend more time chasing Astra. Whilst that's happening, his tire wear is going down. Lucky for him, the GT7's got decent fuel economy. But this is really hurting his chances, man. Joke. This is hurting his chances. .5 once again. He's got the pace. As I said, I'm not in his shoes, but I don't think he has to push as hard. I think naturally, if he just drives naturally, he can bring the pace out of the car. It's going to be a close finish. As long as Joke doesn't keep on getting penalties, it's going to be a close finish. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because the next 4 laps is going to be very, very close. Very, very, very close. Look at that. Even with the penalty, Joke is faster than Astra. Joke is faster by 7/10 than Astra, even with the 1 second penalty. Deep that, just deep it, ladies and gentlemen. 1.8 is the gap. Joke is really pushing. I'm telling you, he can't keep on getting these penalties. I think he should be good to the end on fuel. I think he should be good to the end on tires. Fastest first sector of anyone from Astra. That's important. Very, very important. Just increasing the gap a little bit. Just a little bit. Joke had a very bad chicane there. Astra managed to gain some time. 4 laps to go. Will Astra get his maiden race victory in Gcor? Or Joke steal another race win, just like he did at Suzuka? GN7 had not won for a while before Suzuka. GN7's last win was in Dragon Trail Gardens via Genius Nature. And what a day that was. Very emotional day. Not only for GN7, but especially for Genius. And that, up to this day, was and is his last race victory in Gcor. Very, very emotional day. Joke managed to take the race victory at Suzuka, you know, ending that GN7 drought. 3/10 faster in terms of fastest lap. Joke's really pushing. You can see the car is everywhere. The car is everywhere. He's giving it the full beans. Astra, what lap time is he gonna set? It's a 1 minute 46.8. Guess what? Joke is 8/10 faster and the fastest lap. I mean, that's a brilliant lap from Astra, don't get me wrong, on the medium compound tire as well. Astra's giving it everything, but Joke is not going to give up. 3 laps to go and it's 8/10. Brilliant stuff. Astra's full pushing, personal best. Does this man feel pressure? Well, we'll be finding out in the next 3 laps, won't we? 7/10. Driver H now has pretty much solidified his spot in P3. This could have been Driver H as well if he was a little bit more aggressive on the strategy, taking not as much fuel. And oh no! Both drivers with 1 second penalties. Both drivers with 1 second penalties. Oh! I saw Astra with a 1 second penalty. I thought that was it. I saw Joke with the 1 second penalty. That saved Astra, to be honest. That saved him. Joke, look at him, look at him. I can't tell. I know he's finished, but calm down, mate. This is not WRC. This is Gcor GT. Brilliant stuff. The 2 guys just giving it the full beans. And I think this is gonna 6/10. Oh my days. Oh my days. This is so close. I don't think I can watch. I don't think I can watch. Genesis versus GN7. Astra, the man who's stepping in for TV Raw Scope, could get his maiden race victory. He drifts! He drifts! Astra drifts! Yo! These guys are going tooth and nail, back and forth. The last time I saw two men going this hard at it was Khabib versus McGregor in 2018. This is insane. Look at this. 4/10 is the gap. Who was faster last lap? Joke. Joke was faster. 4/10 is the gap. Now Joke can really begin to sense him. Let's do a final tire check before it gets spicy. Astra has damage. Astra has damage. He has front damage and left tire damage as well. However, Joke's tires are not in good condition. Joke thinks about it, but he thinks better of it. Look at this. Super tight, super intense. 5/10. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this. I don't know. Superb, man, superb. And what a race to like stream as well and commentate. Astra goes wide. Astra goes wide, and this may be Joke's first big opportunity for the lead. No, forget what I said, because Joke goes wide. Joke goes wide. Forget what I said, because Joke goes wide. He loses a couple tenths and he gets a penalty. Joke gets a penalty, 0.5 seconds. That's gonna really boost Astra. Yes, it's 0.5 seconds. It might not sound like a lot, but psychologically, this is a psychological battle. Yes, we're seeing a battle out on the track, but really the real battle is the mental battle here, and that's gonna give Astra a slight edge in the psychological battle. Bro, as I say that, he's gonna get himself a penalty too. It looked like all 4 wheels were off the track. Let's wait for the verdict from the stewards. And he gets away with it. Astra gets away with it. So maybe he managed to keep at least 1 tire on the curb. Oh my days. And you know what? That's the first lap in a while Astra was actually faster than Joke. Bear in mind, Joke made a big error, which not only lost him time, but it's given him a ½ second penalty. This is brilliant, man. This is brilliant. And whilst this is all going on, we've got a mini battle between Gold and Jeff. I don't know what's happened to Bali. Shame to see him at the back of the grid. But GN7s, towards the end of the race, they've just come to light. The GT7s are beginning to work towards the end of the Grand Prix. Now, Jolk's gonna have to serve his half a second pen. Look at how hard he's pushing though. You've got to respect it. He's gonna have to serve his half a second pen at the next straight. Will it be enough? Has Astra done enough? Because this half a second pen is big. It's half a second, but it's gonna feel like a 4-second pen, man. He goes wide again. Jolk goes wide again. That's the same place where he went wide last lap and he got a penalty. Bear that in mind. Will he get another penalty? No, he won't. But the amount of time, I think the damage is done. I think the damage is done. As long as Astra can keep his head down, I think he's won this race with 1 lap to go. Bear in mind, Jolk's tyres are going to be done. Astra has driven brilliantly, not only for this race, but he drove very well in the sprint race, just narrowly losing out on the podium because he ran out of fuel. Talking about fuel, let's look at his fuel. Let's make sure he hasn't overdone his fuel. Or should I say underfueled? No, fuel is fine. If anything, Jolk is worse off in terms of fuel. Jolk has no tyres as well. Look at that front left. Astra now just needs to keep a cool, calm, composed head, because he'll be getting his maiden race victory in Gcor. He's going to be writing his name in the Gcor history books, in the Gcor folklore. 2 seconds as the gap is actually increasing once again, just like on lap 16, lap 17, Astra was the faster man. 2.1 seconds. There's no way Jolk can come back now. There's no way, surely. Oh man, I don't see him coming back. Astra's driven amazingly. He's driven brilliantly, honestly. From that qualifying when he was going toe to toe with Jolk, to the sprint race where he narrowly missed out on the podium, which I think would have been his maiden podium in Gcor. It looks like he won't just be taking a maiden podium, but he'll be taking a maiden race win also in Gcor. He's just got to keep it calm. He's just got to keep it cool, calm and composed. 4 corners to go now. 2.4 seconds. Jolk's given up. Jolk has given up. Jolk has, yeah, he said GG's. He said GG's over the team radio. He said GG's. 2.6, 2.7. That's it. That's it. That's it. Astra, 1 corner to go. He says over the team radio, that was a good race, and that was a darn good race. 1 more corner to go, and Astra is gonna win in Gcor. He wins his maiden Grand Prix race victory. What a race from Astra! Jolk gave it everything. At the end of the day, it was track limits, which was his weak point. Driver H takes home P3. Still very good points in terms of the championship. And let's not forget, Driver H won the sprint race. Gold's gonna come home in a P4 and the fastest lap. Brilliant drive from Gold. He would have wanted a podium, but hey ho, he crashes on the line. Jeff, it was looking very bleak for him at one stage, but he crawls to the line, and it looks like Barley will be taking P6. What a race, man. What a race. What a Grand Prix. Jeez, man. Jeez. Oh my days. What a race. Ay, ay, ay. I'm gonna have to lay my head down, because that was something else, man. That was something else. Nah, GG's, man. Astro, congratulations. Congratulations, man. Oh my days. Are these men in a party chat or something? Let me check. No, these men aren't in a chat. Oh, it would have been nice to have to hear what the drivers say. But nah, maybe next time. Maybe next time we can have interviews and that. Oh, what a race. Oh man, Rawscope, you're right there, man. Great race to watch. I'm so happy I could actually like stream it, because obviously last week I was gonna stream it but I couldn't, you know, because, you know, of other reasons. But jeez, man. I'm gonna have to lie my head down somewhere. What a race. Astra, man. And that's big for the constructors too. That's big for the constructors. You know, that Genesis, I think it was the Genesis 1.3. Genesis 1.3. So yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's big points. That is big points for the Genesis boys. Increasing their gap over GN7 Racing. Yeah, man. I hope everyone enjoyed this race. Yeah, nah, definitely genius, man. Real treat. Oh yeah, the WEC. Don't forget tomorrow's the WEC as well in the other Gran Turismo series. Shout out to TTV Rawscope and Driver H and even Gold you raced there. I've raced there a couple times, but I won't be racing tomorrow, guys, because I've got the F1 series. So definitely best of luck to the guys there. I wish that league the best. Hopefully I can help up with them. Some points, you know, they've helped us a lot. But yeah, now shout out to them. But yeah, now next race will be at, let's see. Next race will be the Austrian Grand Prix. Last season, that was a terrible race for Genius and myself and the whole of the GN7 Racing. So we'll see if Jolt can twist fortunes round there. Or maybe Driver H will come back stronger. Driver H still hasn't won a race this season, which is crazy, and yet he's up there for the championship. So that just shows you that consistency is everything here in Gcor. But yeah, now thank you for everyone who's watched this, and we'll be back next week at Austria. You know, hopefully I can stream again, and hopefully it'll be as good. But yeah, till then, thank you.